Hey there, hi there, ho there. Before I do anything important, tell me that you can hear me and then I will proceed. Hello, people in chat. Hey, they call me Squids. Hey, Oberon. And hey, Roller. Say you can hear things and then we're off to the races. Yeah, you can hear me. It's not going to be a very fast race. Hey, Poppy. It's Ryan from Nights Around the Table. Glad you could join me after a good long stint of not streaming. Here I am. I've been working for months on the stream. Not this stream. No. Make no mistake. This is an uncommonly bad idea, this stream right here. Though many of my ideas are bad, so I guess it's a commonly bad idea from Ryan. You saw a bunch of board game boxes maybe in the lobby picture of, basically my game room was piling up like The Last Shot and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Crates everywhere, full of boxes. People have been getting Kickstarter stuff to me that I didn't order. They just hope that they'll see it on the channel. And they're like, hey, I got one message. Do you want to take this game? I'm like, I don't know. I can't promise I'll cover it. Just take the game. I'm like, okay, sure. And then I come home and there's like a refrigerator-sized box of game in my lobby. I'm like, oh no. So it's just been that. So I figured like I better release the Steam valve and let a little pressure off and show you guys some of these games. Though we do need to prioritize one, because one in particular comes to us from a paid client. We love paid clients, don't we? This is Bellows Intent sent me this box, and I didn't expect this box to be this big. The very first thing we're going to take a look at is this mammoth monstrosity for a game called An Age Contrived. Now, you might know about An Age Contrived because I covered it on the channel. I did a video for them. A fellow named Chris Matthew with Bellows Intent approached me and said, hey, do you want to do it? How to play? Sure. So I get the game. It's weird. The game itself isn't weird. The game is like dudes on a map traveling around, spending resources. This is a Euro-y thing that's like fantasy thing. It's pretty cool. The minis are really cool. But what's weird about it, if you saw the video, is that the player boards, if you pay extra, the player boards are metal. Let that sit for just a second. Player boards are metal and mechanical, and they have to be assembled. Now, when Chris sent me the game originally, the player boards were already assembled. But if you're just like a regular schmo, now I'm pretending to be regular schmo, I've received the Kickstarter, you got to put them together. As he's described it as like an IKEA kind of thing, where you gotta like I don't know what we're getting. There is no way that this stream goes off without a hitch. Something horribly wrong is gonna happen, and I guess maybe that's why you're here. Thank you for joining me. Great metal, yeah, that's right, Poppy. Metal. In Discord, you're the Great Nero. Oh, Great Nero. Yes, I do recognize that name. Thanks for joining us, Great Nero. I don't know if I should call you Squids or Great Nero, but your handle says call me Squids. Squids it is. It's right in the handle. Before I do this, though, I have a couple things to catch you up on. Very exciting. If you're wondering why I haven't been around in a while, last February, I got hired to do a big boy job. A salary job, which I haven't done for 5 years. You may know that I'm a game developer by trade, and so I got hired by a Southern Ontario area game development studio called Stitch Media, and I've been working there for the past year. So the output necessarily has decreased on the channel, but we're focusing on quality, aren't we? Not quantity. So I hope you caught my most recent videos. One was for First in Flight, how to play First in Flight. The other one was how to play Fled, which was by the creator of Feudum, which was a big, gnarly, crazy game. And then Fled was a much more manageable, take up less table space kind of thing. Table, though, I don't know if you've noticed from these videos, table's looking a bit rough. My kid Cassandra, my eldest, when they were little kid, took a fork and was like, da 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 on the table. I'm like, oh, what are you doing? And now that's caught up with me, because now when I try to shoot, I gotta shoot around the fork marks. So what I did with Fled was, because it takes place in a prison, I went to Home Depot and I got like a granite floor tile. I just bought one tile and I brought it home and I stuck it on the table and I filmed that whole thing on there. So I'm like trying to find ways around showing like the naked IKEA fork mark table, and I might just finally bite the bullet and buy either a new table or a covering. Anyway, that's not very exciting. What is very exciting is every single year I do a post on the blog called How I Spent Your Money. So if you're supporting me on Patreon, you might wonder where it goes. And I give you a pie chart, and of course 75% hookers and blow. The rest of it goes to things to help the channel. rather than my nose. And I'm not going to show this to you because it's anchored in here and I don't want to take it out, but I'll mime it for you. I bought a tablet, a cheap one, a Lenovo one, and you might be thinking, wow, first of all, Ryan, we give you more money than that. Is that all you got? It's just a tablet? Yes, it's all in escrow. Don't worry. I'm figuring out ways to, honestly, most of it went to the Terraforming Mars Kickstarter, which was exorbitantly expensive. But I bought a tablet with this thing and you're like, wow, what a horrible waste of money. But no, let me tell you, before I bought the tablet, I bought a Stream Deck XL. And what that is a little contraption that's got a bunch of buttons on it, and you tap the buttons and it allows you to, for example, control things in a live stream. So you can switch cameras, you can do things. If you know, I use foot pedals, so I can switch between my overhead camera, and I can go to my host camera with those foot pedals, fine. But then I had so many more, like when we play a game together, I have over here on a table, I have player one's game and player two's game board over here, and I've got the overhead camera, and I've got this here, and I've got a close-up camera. So it's like a three-ring circus having to control all these things, and just like a three-button foot pedal doesn't do the trick. So I discovered this thing I couldn't afford at the time because I didn't have that full-time job. I discovered this thing called Touch Portal. So if you can't afford an Elgato Stream Deck, or so I thought, which is like $300, you buy Touch Portal, which is like $15. And if you've got an old iPad or iPhone or whatever kicking around, you put it on there and you build your own buttons, and then you can tap buttons and do things. So I have this thing rigged up so I can watch this. I can switch to the overhead camera. I can go to like different viewpoints. So that's a corner of the board, bottom left corner of the board. Oop, that's not framed properly at all. I can go to different zoom levels. So I've got that all set up. Somewhat okay, and this makes a bit more sense when there's stuff out here on the table. So you've seen that before, and I can go to an animations page and I can control animations. So like if I want to take it like a water break, I can play the. Brought to you by Scrumptious. So that's what that whole thing does. Except on a phone, you can only fit like about 12 buttons on the thing. It's this little tiny thing. With a tablet, you can fit more buttons. And then you say, well, that's really stupid. Why would you want to fit more buttons? Oh my gosh, the fun that I've had with this. I have programmed an entire keyboard in this thing because now I can fit all the QWERTY keyboard keys on it. And then you're like, well, that's dumb too. Why would you want to do that? Regard. Watch what I can do. Check this out. Hold on. I'm typing An Age Contrived. This is what you get when you get a video game developer goofing around with this stuff and making a board game channel. Okay, I hope this works. This is the Virgin Voyage of this thing. Here we go. Yeah! Ooh, did you see that? It worked! Eureka! Okay, step one, that works. I'm just really thrilled. I'm really thrilled that it worked. Okay, so I can do that. I couldn't do that before. Here's another thing to do. Okay, just check this out. Just hold on. So I mentioned Fled before, and you're like, Fled? I don't want to have to go all the way to Board Game Geek and look that up. Well, you don't have to, because I can punch it in and I can queue it up. Please work. Please. Yes! I couldn't do that before. I had to like bring my whole like big old keyboard out, my mouse, and you know, Wizard of Oz it in there. Man, that's so good though. I'm so excited. And I hide it and it goes away. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So that's part of what getting a tablet has enabled me to do on this stream. And I'm not done there. I have plans, my friends. I have big, big, big plans. But now we got the logo up, we can start talking about, you did it. I know, Poppy, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. I did it. Why is this box so big? Please tell me the game wasn't this big. The game was a much smaller thing. I believe I sent it back. Yeah, they had me ship it back. So I don't have the original prototypey thing. Also, why are they even sending to me? I forgot to mention, Chris Matthew from Bellows Intent wants us to do another video on the game. Because kind of like, you know, some Kickstarters you back it and the company's all ready, they got the whole thing ready to go, the print run's ready, they just have to like pull a lever and off it comes hot off the presses. And then you're like, well, why the heck are you on Kickstarter if the game's ready to go? What do you need my money for? And it's because they're using Kickstarter essentially as a marketing platform. So Kickstarter takes 10% when you launch your project on it. So what these people are saying is, well, there's a lot of nice marketing stuff that comes with Kickstarter, right? Like you can be on Kickstarter and it'll advertise other people's projects to you. So other people who spend money on Kickstarter will maybe see my project and go to my project page. So you know, it's a whole marketing ecosystem. And some companies put the thing out, and one in particular that I worked with, the guys who did Unconscious Mind. So they'll put their game out. They also did, not Dead of Winter, you'll tell me in the chat, what's their wintry game? I don't pay too much attention to winter games because I live in Canada, and if they take place in winter, I'm not interested. So I like summer games. So they, what they'll do is they'll put out their game, and then through the campaign, if people are like, oh, they'll use kind of like the crowdfunding campaign as like not a pool of playtesters, but kind of a pool of playtesters. And the people who see it will read the rule book and go, oh, there's spelling mistakes over here. How could you possibly put this out? Or this rule's dumb. Or, oh, I played this with you on Tabletop Simulator. Don't like it. So they'll go change it throughout the campaign. So when they hire a company like mine to do a video for them at the beginning of the campaign, the game might be radically different by the end of the campaign. And now the video doesn't make sense anymore. Not make sense, but yeah, I don't know, it'll show old prototype components that have changed, and they don't want to have people like watching my video and calling them up and saying, hey, how come the pieces were made out of wood in the video and I'm getting plastic pieces, all that kind of stuff. So sometimes what I'm trying to say, so Distilled did that. Papers and Games came and said, do another Distilled video so that you're working with the updated components. Bellows Intent is doing the same thing. They want me to do an updated video. Man, it takes me forever to make a point, doesn't it? And I don't get this either. It says, hold on, it says, I'll spin it around. It says, puncture, shrink wrap, and lift here. I'm a rebel, so I'm just gonna lift this whole thing out of here. And then I don't know what this is, but it says this might be the metal things. It says assembly required on the edge of it. Assembly instructions. So this is where we get into like, this might not go very well, at all. And then inside the box is, I think, the game itself, which is closer to the size I was expecting. Ad infinitum is an expansion for it, apparently, off the top, that I didn't even know was a thing. So let me dig that out. We'll look at that in a second. This is the box that I remember. Whew. Whew. I turn into Mario when I unbox things. Let me just get this stuff out of here. Now, there's a couple of neat things about this I gotta show you. Oh, this is way bigger. Is it? I don't know. Oh my god, let the dust settle. Whew. Here we go. This is the box. So there's I don't want to say cheapo version, but there's a less expensive version and a more expensive version. This is the more expensive version. Is that as far out as I can get? Yeah, sure. Let's go for it. A Founders Edition. Sure. We'll dive in. Ooh, silent. Box photometer, 0. I said, come on now. I worked so hard to make that work too. Is it not going? Come on, box photometer. Yes, we did it. Box photometer, if you follow the channel, is the most fickle piece of equipment I've ever engineered. Next to the Player Picker 9000, of course. Here we go. There's a solo rule book, kind of beefy, like 12 pages, and a rulebook. This isn't a light game by any means. I believe the video was probably 30-40 minutes long, if I remember. It was a large undertaking. These are player boards, but they open, right? So there's a lot to look at. Beautiful artwork though. Beautiful plumage. I'm surprised 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 player aids. Can you play 6 players? I don't know if I remember that. This is box say 6 players. The box says 1 to 5. It's 5 players. Wow. Maybe I did remember that. It's been a little while. One of these is a sticker sheet, but I don't want to pick at this and guess. So that's new. I didn't see that. That's new. Ah, yeah, here we go. Here's a sticker sheet right there. We're gonna need that for when we put the metal player boards together. And a big old wrapped pile of, whew, look at this. Look at this. Did Game Trays do this one? I don't know. It'll say Game Trays if they did. More little stickers. We're going to stick that in there so it doesn't get lost. I did not expect metal enamel thingies. Look at this. This is pretty. Wow. I did not expect this. So yeah, this is a sparkly, pretty metal piece, presumably the first player token, if I'm recalling correctly, because it looks like it's unique. And look at these metally wind things. Now, I've been playing a lot of Voidfall, and we just went over to my friend Doc's place, and he said, you're going to bring your game, or do you want to use my copy? And I said, well, do you have the metal pieces for Voidfall? And he goes, oh yeah. So we went over and we used his game. He didn't realize that there are some metal pieces, and then there's all the metal pieces. I got all the metal pieces. He doesn't, and I was frankly embarrassed for him and for all involved to be playing his dirty hobo copy without all the metal pieces. It was horrible, really, and I remain scarred. So metal pieces make a big difference. I don't know if metal boards, player boards, make a big difference. That's to be determined. Keep watching. Great. Metal pieces, lovely, didn't expect it. And lids for the things. Oh yes, here are the minis. I quite like the minis, and if anything's going to change from a prototype version to a not prototype version, it's going to be minis. So here are, looks like my chubby blacksmith looking dude has already popped off his stand. I don't know if that's supposed to be like G.I. Joe style, put him on pegs, if you're supposed to glue him there, or if he's like that so that you can paint him more easily, because he's got like an open book of lockpicks. I don't know what those are. Great. This one of the characters is just a big old dragon in front of, I believe that's Stargate. I'm not too sure. And a tree. He can be like a broccoli head kind of guy. Neat. The bird's the best one. The bird's clearly the best one, and that's the one that they use in the Facebook ads. If you've ever seen the Age Contrived Facebook ads, it's this cool looking bird with a million different necklaces and stuff. So if you're into painting minis, you got your work cut out for you. I am not into painting minis until very recently. I just took up the habit, and boy is it dangerous. It's like a whole other thing to spend money and time on. I do enjoy it though, and here's one thing I can say about painting minis that I've said before. I was really scared to paint minis early on, and I didn't want to touch them. Every single thing that you do to your minis beyond just this gray makes it look 10 times better. So if you take it and you spray paint them black, they look 10 times better. And then if you do like zenithal priming and you spray white on top to bring out the highlights, they look 10 times better than just the black. And then if you just apply base color on top of them, they look 10 times better than when they were black and white. So don't be nervous, just go. Even bad paint jobs make it look way better than the original gray. So do it. I encourage you. Jump in, take the plunge, run towards what scares you. That's what's in the box so far. And now we're into the freaky bit. The moment you've been waiting for. That was quite the unboxing, was it? Okay. Well, I mean, a lot of punch board, but I think most of this is going to be like the actual player boards. Oh no. There's something really important that goes on here. The whole shtick with this game, it's all coming back to me now, is to assemble these monuments. There are, I believe, probably five monuments around the board, and you have to put them together piece by piece, and the pieces are like laying on the board. So let me punch this one out and I'll show you. The pieces are laying on the board in like a pile in a certain area on the board, and these are resources. Oh yeah, that's the other crazy. This is crazy. This game is crazy. They're also magnetic, so these are like sticking to each other. Look at that. That's magnetic. Look, no tricks here, except for magnets. How do they work? And here they stop working if you douse them in water. Famous man told me that. So they go in a little pile like that, and as you pay the resources, you're able to pop it up and build the different monuments. And the reason they're magnetic is because they need to be that way. I assume this is just a box that goes together. This is a bit different than it was in the prototype. Anyway, that's what those are. That's wild, right? Metal player boards, you got magnetic pieces that go on the board. This is nuts. This is crazy styles. Right, and then there's also little metal brackets that stick up through, or there were anyway, we'll see if they're still in here, that stick up through the holes in the board so that these can like magnet onto the sides of them. And that's right, that's how they build. They don't magnet to themselves. They magnet onto the sides of these metal pieces, not necessarily on this one, but to go up and assemble a tree or a house or whatever it is. So that's the main board. These are the player boards. We're gonna need these in short order. Let me put these aside. And they even give you like, you have to make a choice off the top of which side of things to use because it matters. You get like, oh, you'll see in a second. Stick with me. I know it's very confusing. Here's more of these magnetified pieces that you're building. Right, one's a little sort of like a cathedral, one's a little house. It's wild. It's wild. There's the first player marker that we saw earlier. That's now a metal piece. If you've paid enough dollary dues for it, I'm gonna put these aside. We're gonna need these. Okay, that's good. What the heck is even this? Ad infinitum repeated play pack. What is that? Okay, repeated play pack. This expansion adds new variability to the core game of An Age Contrived. It can be used to balance out the learning curve for new players, add extra challenge. Okay, I don't know. I have to look at that later. No idea, didn't expect it. And super didn't expect this thing right here. Score pad, I'll throw that in the box. I warned people on the Discord server, by the way, if you're looking for some fun, where's my button? Where's my button for it, right? Join us on the Discord server. It's a great place. Poppy's on the Discord server. Oberon's on the Discord server. The world's best people are on the Discord server. And if you're one of the world's best people, or you'd like to become one, join us. I have the big knife, by the way. I usually just use a craft knife, but I've got the big serious one now because it is, I don't even know how to get into this. Whew. Oh, man. Okay, right. It's this, no. Look, this piece of tape is not actually taping anything. Whew. All right, settle down. Ah, yes, I see. So, wait, yeah, right, here we go. How many Ryans does it take? Okay, I just don't want to, I saw something on Facebook where somebody's like, oh, I got a brand new game and used a knife on it and I slashed the whole cover of the box. I don't want that to happen. I told Chris from Bellows Intent that I was going to attempt this possibly in a live stream, and I was probably going to screw it up because if you saw me unbox Voidfall, you saw me screw up the dials. I told my friend Doc when he was opening his copy, go watch my live stream of me screwing it up so that you don't screw it up. And so he did, and he screwed it up worse than I did. So I didn't feel so bad. But so I said to Chris, I'm going to attempt this. I'm going to try putting one of them together, and there's 5 of them. As long as I have one together properly, that's all I need for the video because I can fake it and make it look like all 5 of them. But actually, no, you know what? That's not true because you've got unique art in them, don't they? Anyway, so you get this whole big shablam that has all of the fronty backy pieces, and these are in 2 parts. I know this much, and they're kind of hooked in up here like this. I'm going to see if I can get a better angle on this here. Does this take us in? This takes us in. Whoa, too much. Back up. Okay, I'm not going to do that again. That was terrible. All right, so you can separate them and you get 2 pieces going. Lovely. Okay, and then the hardware for each one is in here. And I'm assuming there's 5 of them, although that looks like it stacks to 4. Right, so I don't know what. I'm going to take this whole thing out of here. All right. Here we go. We're going to have a sweat. Yeah, let's open these and see what's in them. Okay. Very important question. Does it have a picture or instructions on how to store the beast? Did you order this, Oberon? I can't remember. I read the instructions and Voidfall came out fine. Watching it was pretty cringy. I know, it's because with Voidfall I was trying to read the instructions while I was doing it and I was nervous because people were watching me. I know, I'm a nerd with a Voidfall. So here are brackets. Instructions I haven't seen, but now what Chris did is he sent me a video that we're going to get into in a second. I got it prepared, and we're going to take a look at that. Look, wow, more metal pieces. I don't expect or deserve these. Oh, you know what? There's one of the this is one other thing that I forgot to show you about this box. Let me see. So one of the unique things about this campaign was that I guess if you backed at a certain tier, you could have your box monogrammed with, they gave you a character limit and you just sent them what you wanted inside the box. And so Chris asked me, he's like, so what do you want in your box? Or no, he didn't even ask me, it was just automated and I punched it in. But then he emailed me and he said, well, so I got this request to put something inside your box and I just want to make sure that you didn't make a mistake, and that's That's really what you want inside your box. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I want inside my box. So now my box says, no pants forever. Beautiful. Look how nice that looks. Have you ever seen that motto framed so beautifully? Love it. Okay. He's like, are you sure? Yes, I'm positive. Great. What else we got? More of these brackets. Right, these are the ones that go, so we don't need these right now because these are the ones that stick up through the player board so that the pieces, like the tree, boink, can go together. Now, these aren't supposed to stay assembled, right? You're building them as you play. So every single game, you're supposed to take them apart, stack them, and then build a tree. So that's just like I said. So he partially knows what he's talking about, which is a rarity on this channel. Great. These metal pieces, though, represent each of the player factions, and they look pretty. Like they're all enameled and they look fancy. All right, cool. I did not back Age. Your video made it look quite good, but I had hit the big pause button on not backing new stuff. Wow, Oberon, how long did that pause button stay paused? Prediction, not that. That happened to me last year too. I'm like, no more games. I can't buy any more games. And then by the end of the year, I looked at the tally. I'm like, oh my god, thank goodness I'm not trying to like quit booze or smoking or something because I'd be dead by the end of the year. Great. Now you're thinking, now what? Does he know what to do? Wow, friends, how foolish of you to ask. Heck no. But I'm gonna use phone a friend. Look at these things, all these things over here. Ugh, they're metal. I wasn't lying. I promised they were metal. Two pieces here and here. Here we go. Now, I don't want you, if you purchased and own this product, it just got shipped to your house, you're looking around for instructions, don't watch this video. Chris sent me a video that he shot. He's the guy who designed this thing, and he's telling you how to put it together. So we're gonna go to that video, and we're gonna watch a little bit of it. So we'll see what this Chris guy looks like. I didn't even know. I just know him from email. So this is the first time I've met Chris in the flesh online. So here he is, and we'll listen to what he has to say. Tell me if you can hear the audio in the video too. I wanna make sure that's working. All right, here he is.
Hello, my name is Chris, and in this video, we are going to learn how to assemble your copy of An Age.
Wait a second. If you're watching and you're ad-free, I just realized we're doing an ad. Oh no, we're not. We're doing an ad in 45 seconds. We'll get to Chris in 45, no, we'll watch 45 seconds of Chris, and then I'll pause him so that we can work around the ad. Here we go.
Contrived.
Okay.
Now, if you have a version of this game with mechanical player boards,
it's very quiet.
You require assembly. Think of it like small pieces of IKEA furniture. If you have the core edition of An Age Contrived with cardboard player boards, you can safely skip this video. Before we begin, a few tips. Find yourself a pair of pliers. You may not need them, you'll be happy to have them if you do.
Oh my god, you guys, what am I gonna do? I don't even have a pair of, ha 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 ha. Fooled you. Back to it.
Second, take your time. 30 minutes before game night is not the right time to begin this assembly.
Could you imagine?
Assemble one player board completely before you move on to begin assembling the next one. Begin by unpacking your components.
Okay, so I don't think he wanted me to show this video to you because it's not ready. This is his first version, and he's missing some B-roll and stuff. So I hope he doesn't hate my guts for even putting this on the stream, but he's still working on this. That's all, let's keep going. Actually, let's wait for the ad to stop and we can just chew the fat. Ad starting soon. How long? How long? How soon? Thank goodness I caught it. Okay, just go. Just run it. All right. For those of you watching on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notifications when I got new stuff, which isn't as often as it was before, as it was last year. Year before last year. Anyway, yeah, my output used to be a whole lot. Like I said, I got this job. It's cool though. You ask what the job is. I am working, like I said, in a video game studio. We're working on a VR game, in a headset. It's called Elsewhere Electric. You can check out very little of it at elsewhereelectric.com. and all you'll see is just some like pre-production stills from it. But the hook of the game is that one player is in VR and one player is on another device. Probably, can I say what other device? Sure, why not? Betting it's a phone. So somebody's on mobile, somebody's in the headset, and the two players are cooperating together to play a game. And so I'm the guy figuring out what that game is. That's where we are. That's the gig. 27 seconds. I wonder what ads they're seeing. Is it Sunlight dish detergent? Is it Dawn? Are you a Dawn person? Whenever I smell Sunlight, is it Sunlight? There's one of them that I just walk by soccer fields and I smell like athletes wearing, I can smell it off their clothes from like 15 feet away. Don't like it. Tide. That's it. It's Tide. Tide is gross. You know what? I'm prone to, how much can you jaw to fill in 30 seconds? I'm prone to migraines. Let's see. And we're back. As I was saying, I'm prone to migraines. And I suspect now a new trigger for my migraines is shampoo. Is that possible? I thought that sounded really weird. But I got a migraine with no way to explain it. I'm like, I washed my hair this morning. Is it because I washed my hair? And then I looked it up. I was like, shampoo migraines? And then all these hits came up. Oh, shampoos cause migraines. I'm like, whoa, who knew? What were we doing? Right, we're watching Chris. Back to it. Go, Chris, go.
Box and from the separate component box.
Okay, I'm going to skip that. Oh, there we go. Yes, we got it.
You'll need for the assembly process.
Yes.
5 pairs of frame and undercarriage parts.
Okay, is he still quiet?
25 slider parts.
Slider parts, got him.
1 large bag of springs.
Yep,
Ignore
got
the
it.
small bag for now.
Okay, no small bag.
1 sheet of foam pads.
Yep, we got it.
5 punch boards that are marked with an A in the corner and look like this.
A in the corner.
2 punch boards that are marked with a D in the corner and look like this.
Okay.
2 large sticker sheets.
Yep.
5 player trays.
Right.
1 token tray.
Yes.
And 1 Ziploc bag.
Got it all.
Everything else can remain in the box.
Okay.
Before you begin the actual assembly, you have some decisions to make.
Now,
Each mechanic.
Chris, before you begin your video, you have some decisions to make. Probably hide your coat in the corner. I don't know, whatever. He's like, oh, my videos aren't as professional as yours are. And I'm like, have you seen my videos? I don't know. The live streams anyway. Here we go. Back to Chris.
The board belongs to 1 character, and each character offers you 2 cosmetic choices of how to assemble it.
This is interesting.
Think of these like skins in a video game. They have no effect on gameplay and exist purely to let you choose what sort of flavor you prefer for that character. To view the skins in full, punch out the 5 character boards from these punch boards. Each character.
Okay, so yeah, they're double-sided. I made a mess over here. Sorry, excuse me. Let's put this over here for the memento. Oh my God. Clamorous. So, the five skins on the player boards. Let's locate the player boards first. Here they are down here. Yes. So here are the player boards. So you can see they're double-sided. Shazam. So we'll pop them out, take a look. And maybe you can help me decide which side to use. Audience participation. Okay. Rusne. I remember, yes, broccoli head is called Rusne. Maltanek. Orion. Ignotas. And Freyeth. Very Norsey sounding. So Freyeth looked like this on one side. Let's see what the difference is. Whoa, I should flip it top to bottom. Okay, whoa, okay, here we go. Take 3. Oh, Nerd Incorrect is rating with the party 24. Hello, Nerd Incorrect and friends. Are you here yet? I can't even tell. I don't know how to stream. I don't know what I'm doing. We'll catch you up in just a second. No, we'll catch you up right now. We are unboxing a crazy Kickstarter for a board game called An Age Contrived that has, among other things, metal player boards which you have to assemble like IKEA furniture. And that's, right now, we're looking at the 5 different player board pieces, and they're different on either side. So we're just looking at the differences between the sides to see which artwork we like the most. And you can tell me what you like the most between these two. I think the big differences are these little like bubbles down here versus creepy hands going through the thing with webs on them. I kind of like the bubbles, but you tell me. Okay, over for Broccoli Head, he's got sort of like a foresty looking thing going on here, and then he's got a very sort of illustrated manuscript style illustration of trees. I like this one. You tell me if you think that's a bad call. Here, for Moltenek, he's sort of like the blacksmithy kind of guy. So we've got a bunch of like blacksmith's tongs and gears and things like that on this side, and then lightning on this side. Like, the lightning is cool, but I think this is much more descriptive of who he is and what he does. So I like that side. The Nerd and Correct, I can't even see what that says, Nerd and Correct, but I'm sure it's enthusiastic and encouraging. Orion is the bird. He's got some feathers on this side, and then in this corner, he's got a bunch of knots hanging down. And while this is simpler and darker and kind of cooler looking, you know what? That's hard, because this looks like all his like necklaces and stuff all over his chest, which is cool. But like, man, this part's all like purpley looking. And I like the darker purpley looking side, so I'm gonna go with that. And finally, the dragon has, it's probably hard to see, it's kind of like dark gems on this side. And on this side, this looks like my grandmother's bathroom wallpaper. So we're not gonna choose that one. It's a bit busy. We're gonna choose sort of the darker, less complicated one. So I've made my choices. All right. Hey, Rai, if I recall those really. Oh, those player boards are separate from the tile launcher thing. Well, you'd think so. I thought so too, but he said pick them now, because I think what these do is they might inform the stickers that you choose. But let's go back to Chris and see what he says.
The board is double-sided with one skin present on each side.
Got it.
Do you prefer Orion's dark and moody feathers or their bright woven knots?
No.
You can decide however you want. What I recommend is laying out all 5 character boards and flipping them over until you're happy with the set.
We did.
You might find that while you prefer one side to another for an individual character, the look of the overall set affects how you see things.
Oh, I see.
You could even take out some of the character's energy tokens to help you decide.
No.
Once you've settled on a skin for each character, choose one to assemble. I recommend starting with the character whose skin you care about the least, just in case you make a mistake.
Right.
The first step in assembling is to apply a permanent sticker, which doesn't allow any do-overs.
Oh my god.
I'm going to start with Moltenek. I'm going with his tool skin.
Right.
Now you're ready to begin assembly. Take a pair of the metal undercarriage parts and remove the undercarriage from the frame. Go slowly and carefully to avoid damaging either part. You may need to unhook the undercarriage from these 4 tabs of the frame.
Got it.
Examine both of these parts and make some bends with your pliers if necessary. On the undercarriage part, check that these 5 tabs are at 90-degree angles. On the frame part, check that these 4 tabs are at 90-degree angles, and that the 2 tile holders on the left side are straight. From the 2 large sticker sheets, locate the sticker of the skin selected for this character. Carefully remove it.
Is it just me? Or do stickers fill you with dread? Oh my gosh, stickers. The paranoia, the fear of putting them on wrong. When I was a kid, G.I. Joe was all the rage, and all those toys had stickers that you had to apply, and you were 5. And it's just, so many kids had all these wonky stickers, and they'd peel off if you didn't put them on the plastic right, and your toy would be all garbage. Anyway, yeah, bad times with stickers, but let's see how it goes.
From the sticker sheet and place it onto the metal undercarriage part.
Right, he's missing a bit of B-roll here, he's still working on it.
Top corners and align it vertically with the edge that forms these holes in the undercarriage.
That's a big sticker.
Center it horizontally on the undercarriage so that the same distance is visible on each side, about a millimeter.
Yeah.
Once you are happy with your alignment, press down the 2 corners you are holding to fix the sticker in place.
Okay.
Slide your finger along the top edge to affix the sticker.
Okay.
Then, working from the center outwards, press the rest of the sticker onto the undercarriage. Take the punch board of your selected character and punch out its components.
Okay, whoa, slow down. Let's just do the sticker first. I think I can do this. I think I'm equipped, even on stream. I think I'm gonna do it. Here we go. All right. Cracks knuckles, here we go. All right, so I care the least about the dragon. Sorry, dragon. He's my least favorite. He, she, I don't even know. I don't know. They could be. So this is the one that I picked, the side that I picked. Here's the sticker of the side that I picked. I'm gonna peel this off. Okay. Like it's especially difficult when there's a really big sticker involved. Oh, it's gonna curl, it's gonna stick to itself. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to apply it. I already dinged the corner up here. Right, so it covers these 4, and you gotta, you know what? The camera is a little bit high, so I'm gonna do it so you can't really see it, but so that it's closer to my aging eyes, just to ensure that I don't screw it up. Then I'll show you what I did. I'll show my work. It's not like cooking where I have one prepared off camera and I'm cheating. I promise. This is the same one. It's like diffusing a bomb. All right. Look at that. Look at that. Did I do it? Is Purdy? All right. Back to Chris.
Remove all pieces from the cardboard panel.
All pieces,
including
right.
small tabs like these ones and these ones. Take an empty player tray.
What?
Place the following components in.
This is crazy. It's crazy, Chris. Why didn't you do this? Didn't this come from a factory? Don't they have children to do this? Awful. I should stop making Chinese factory jokes because they're not really jokes, you know. I don't know. I don't want to accuse Bellows Intent necessarily of using improper, inhumane factories, but you know they exist, and you know half the stuff in your house is made at them. And on that lovely, uplifting note, a player tray. All right, here's one. Back to it. Whew. All right, so take one of these, and then take one of the. Wait, my table's just littered. It's just littered with stuff now. Let me find. That's her. It's not my dragon. That's not my dragon. That's not my dragon. Well, they can't all be not my dragon. What's going on? Are you my dragon? What's that kid's book? Are you my dragon? I think is this the dragon? Yes. Okay. Good. I've lost a couple of pieces. I'll get them back. It's fine. Yes, here's a piece that I've lost. Great. Here we go. All right. So he says, take all these bits. Back to Chris.
To it.
Okay.
The 5 action tokens, the 3 bridge tokens that are character specific, and 1 channel marker. Place the 1 remaining bridge token into the Ziploc bag. At the end of assembly, you'll have 5 neutral bridge tokens in this bag.
No, he's missing B-roll.
Place
That's
the
fine.
5 conduit
Oh,
tokens.
whoa. You got a whole other thing going on here. Okay. Do we like this, by the way? Is this a good idea, or would we rather have a book to tell us all about it? Did he say to punch out these little semicircles here? Is that what and this? Oh, right, because this needs to have a hole in it. Okay, that's fine. So we'll punch it, but we don't have to keep it. That'd be insane. Those aren't pieces. They're just for the metal prongs to stick through. Whoops. Okay, good. So, punch this guy out. Punch this guy out. The reason these are double-sided too, and they've got like different actions and suites of actions on either side of them, which is why they aren't permanent in the player board. My parents let young me put the stickers on my Hot Wheels set. It wasn't until I was older that I realized why it looked like crap, and I could only be mad at myself. Totally. Well, really, you can be mad at your parents at that point, right? Like your parents wouldn't expect you to go take out a lease on a house, would they? So like, that's on mom and dad. You don't have to feel guilty about it. We're absolving you of that guilt right now, Barris. I'd rather a book. I can't stand watching videos about board games. You're funny. Where's the kick button? Okay, great. So we got those in there, and this is the important thing, I think, is what he's getting at. Do not throw this piece out. This has to go just in here somewhere. Great. I don't even know, because these all fell like right out of the boards. I don't even know if I have the right ones for the dragon. Let me just see if I can reassemble this together. So that's a piece for the dragon. I don't know that this is a piece for the dragon. Let's see if it goes back in the board nicely. It's mauve. These bits are mauve. So yeah, maybe. Yeah, okay. And then this is this is for somebody else. Or is it? Wait. Does it fit up here? Yes, it does. Okay, perfect. And the final piece, yeah, this. Okay, good. We've got all the pieces for the dragon. Great. Okay. Marvelous. So then he says next, take the bridge pieces out. The bridge pieces, this is a whole game where there's different areas on the board and you can't travel there because they're sort of separated like islands, and you need to place the bridge pieces down. It reminds me a little bit of, this game came out after An Age Contrived, but the Nucleum, where you have railroad ties that you're laying down in order to connect these sort of island-like cities together so that you can, everything. So I'm going to take this out, even though he told me not to. Back to Chris.
The token tray by type.
Wait,
At
what
the
is
end of
that?
assembly, you'll have 25
What is
conduit
that?
tokens that fill this token tray, with the double icon token at the top of each stack.
Oh, right. But I don't know where that is, so I'm going to skip it. Doesn't matter.
Set aside the 4 tray
yes.
pieces, which we'll need a little later,
Okay.
and discard the remaining cardboard bits.
Okay.
Take the metal frame part and place it in front of you with this.
Okay, too fast. Hold up. Punch like the wind. I would prefer find all these pieces. Now here's how these go into trays A, B, and C, repeat for each character. Yeah, like who does that? His video is jumping around. Yeah, I don't know, like he just, you know what, and this is good feedback too, because he has already admitted, like this is first draft, it's not live yet, so he wants to make sure that we can basically beta test this video for him is what I'm saying. So yeah, that I did find was a bit of a jump around. We don't need to put all those extra tokens in that slotty tray at this point. Let's stick to what we're trying to do here, Chris, which is put this player thing together. I would even say, because it's so important, mention that this is not to go in the garbage if it's not super abundantly obvious. Here we go. So we did all that. Back to his video.
Orientation.
Okay.
The side with these 5 slots is the front of the frame, which faces you.
Yep.
Take the 4 long and wide punchboard panels that you removed from the character punchboard.
Okay.
2 of them display gold artwork, either on a majority of the panel or just a thin strip of it.
Okay.
Place these ones above the frame, furthest from you. Place the remaining...
I forgot to punch one. All right, we're doing it though. This is not, it's not as calamitous as some other things were. Oh, I understand why he said it though, because it's not jumping around. It's because this is all part of the same character board that you're punching out. So these pieces that go in that tray that looks like it's out of like distilled uses something similar. Yeah, it's not jumping around because it's part and parcel of what you're doing on this player board. So it's all good. So what he wants you to do is, as you punch out this one with these trapezoidal pieces in it, you got to go fish through the box. Punch out this little thing right here. Come on now. There we go. So the little bits you don't have to keep. Right, so take all of these. Let me get the tray. Take all of these, take the tray. And there are feet ones, just stack up, and then there are some that have doubles. So the doubles, he's saying, go at the back. Those are special. And then there's column ones. We'll put in here, and that's a single, so it goes at the front. And then there's ones that I say in the video look like Cinderella's Castle from Disney World, so that'll go in the front. So that's why he's doing that now, because I guess every player board has some of those pieces, and they're not like per character. That's common to the entire game. You can buy them and get them into your board, your player board later. That's what's up. All right, back to here. So he wants me to arrange these bits in a certain way. Let's get the sticker thing out of here for a second. Okay, here we go.
2 panels below the frame, closest to you. Flip all of these panels as needed, such that your selected skin is facing downward towards the table. You will then only see the opposite skin, which will be hidden by the end of assembly.
Right.
Starting with a panel that had tokens punched out of it, insert...
I'm already having trouble finding the other thing that I punched. Ain't that just the way? It's like, again, when I did the Void of All thing, I spent like 15 minutes looking for one flipping deck of cards. I just completely lost it. Okay. Let's see if we can get this to match the picture. Back to what he's doing. So he's got that one up there. He's got that one up there. The rails he's got sort of over there, doesn't really matter, so we'll stick them up here. And then he's got this one down here, and he's got this one, I don't even know. So that one goes face down because I don't like it. That one, I mean, the part you don't like goes face up. Right, the part you do like goes face down. So that goes face down, and on this one, the bit that I like is, I guess, the gray bit, so that goes face down. Okay, got it all arranged. Got it all arranged. Great, back to him.
The panel into the frame by matching the slot at the end of each panel with 2 tabs in the frame. You might need to rotate the panel to fit. Next, insert the remaining panel in the same way. Gently press down at the edges of each panel to ensure that the panels are fully inserted.
Okay. Oh, look. That one went. And now this one.
At this point, take a pause.
No, stop. Stop. Wait, hold on. Okay. All right. So you gotta sort of shimmy. I'm not even doing this on camera. You gotta shimmy these in here. So that the little hooks go through. Oh. Yeah, could you imagine game night? You're like, oh guys, we just need to punch it out. It won't take that long. I might have this upside down, I'm not too sure. No, it goes at the bottom, we're good. It's just not fitting as nicely as I want it to. Thank goodness he sent this to me like pre-assembled for when I did the video. Hi. I'm being a little insistent to get it in there. Let me just flip it over and see if it looks the way I want it to. Yeah, I'd say so. All dark and kind of cool. Yeah, I dig. Back to Chris. Chris, where's you? Back you up a bit. You already did the top one, and then the gold strip goes at the top. Okay, I can manage that. Okay, so the top one goes in here like this, and it's okay, it's cardboard, you can bend it, that's fine. Like that, and then this one, which I forgot to punch the tabs out on, goes, yeah, in here like this. Fugoosh, boom, tappy. Let's flip it and see if it looks good. It's good looking. It feels like I got these ones upside down. I don't know if they're... No, it's okay. No, they're good. They're good. Yep, they're good. Looks good. Okay, great. Back to Chris. Go.
At this point, take a pause for a visual check that your selected skin is appearing correctly. Flip over the frame with the panel still inside and have a look at it.
I did.
Start to see what your finished player board will look like.
I did.
And you should see your selected skin visible on all 4 panels.
It looks good. I like it.
If you see the incorrect skin on any panel, now is the time to remove it, flip it over to the correct side, and reinsert it. If you're not sure, compare to the 2 sides of the matching character board. Take the 2 short punchboard panels that you removed from the punchboard. Orient them such that their small notch is closest to you, and your selected skin is facing downward. Place the panels such that their notches are touching. Then move each panel to the side of the frame. Starting with the left side, hold the panel such that its notch is facing toward the table, and slide it into the back corner of the metal frame.
What the hell?
Gently push the panel leftwards into the front corner of the metal frame.
Hey, what?
The notch in the panel will allow you to clear the tab in the frame. If the panel gets stuck, rotate it gently until it clears the tab. Don't force it or the cardboard may be damaged. Insert the panel.
Okay, I think I got what he's saying. So what he's saying is, like, I think this is it. So he wants you to take this, and there's a little tab sticking up here, and there's a little tab sticking up there. So this you can go in like kind of like side, like diagonally like that to clear this one, and then pop this over to the side, and the notch below helps you clear the second one. However, it might be pliers time because it doesn't want to go. So I'll be gentle. Promise you, I'll be gentle. There. Ooh, and it went. Yes. So I think that's all you're doing with that one, and you want the artwork that you don't like on the inside there. So same with here. We'll go a little bit diagonal, stick it in here, and a little bit of encouragement from the old plier-roonies. Ooh. Oof. Oh, okay. Yep, great. Check. Next.
On the right side in the same way.
Yep.
Gently press outwards at the edges of both panels to ensure they are inserted fully. You should see your selected skin visible on the outside of these two panels. If you see the incorrect skin on any panel, now is the time to correct it.
I like these frequent check-ins.
Take 5 metal slider parts and insert them into the frame.
Ooh.
Start with a narrow portion of each slider, then insert it fully so that it can't fall out. Check that each slider can slide smoothly back and forth. The next step in assembly is by far the hardest one. But
Whoa, slow down. By far the hardest, geez. Attaching the springs, I'm guessing. Okay, let's just get these puppies in here. You go to the skinny part, you slot it in, you slide it up. Good. 2, and then you go to this, you go to the skinny part, you slide it in, slot it in, slide it up. Yes, 3 out of 5. Whew. Yes. Not looking forward to whatever this next difficult step is. So far, it's not difficult at all. The video is doing a very good job. But I'm glad there is a video. So that's just fine. I mean, you said, Varys, that you prefer a book. I don't know. People learn in different ways, and sometimes I have trouble learning. Like, what I like that he's able to like turn it around in the video and show you different angles and show you where his hands are going, which, you know, a diagram can't always really do efficiently. Okay. Hey, please tell me you aren't unboxing more tonight. You had Madara on the title. I don't know if you're ready for that level of... No, you know what? Like I said, this might be Unboxathon Part 1 of 20. Because this is... I'm not going to do all 5 of these player boards, but like at least wanted to get one assembled and know that I did one correctly. But yeah, the other stuff... you know, I got the gear set up. I can flick the lights on. I can pop back on tomorrow and we'll see how it's doing. Yeah, but Madara, yeah, that would be a bad idea. That would be a bad idea tonight. I much prefer a video, says Varys. I was totally joking. Oh, okay. Phew. Yeah, you're a video person. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So let's see what this next really difficult step is. Hit us.
After you've done it once, it gets easier.
Okay.
Go slowly, and if you get stuck, just pause and unwind. The important thing is not to force it.
Pause and unwind. The important thing is not to force it. Here I am in the hot tub, like, got one spring on my player board. Anyway, right here.
Because that's when you could damage parts.
Right, let's not damage parts.
Take the frame part in your dominant hand, holding it by the front. Rotate it about 120 degrees, such that the 5 sliders are hanging down.
See, how do you do this in a diagram?
Part in your offhand, holding it like this. Rotate it about 60 degrees.
Okay.
Move the frame to approach the undercarriage, such that the 5 sliders insert into their rails. Once you see all 10 rail features holding the sliders, rotate the undercarriage to lie flat against the sliders. The 5 tabs of the undercarriage will insert into the corresponding slots on the sliders. Rotate the entire assembly to lie flat. The 2 short punchboard panels should be sandwiched between the frame and the undercarriage. If you're having...
I think I'll be okay. I think this will be fine, you guys. Whew. Make sure you have a good chunk of time planned for Madara, says Oberon. It's really a beast. Mythwind isn't bad. Revive is easy. Arla is a Bits Please episode. Are you serious? Why is Arla a Bits Please episode? Because it's got nice components or because there's more arts and crafts involved? Anyway, let's do this purportedly hardest step in the entire thing. So already I've screwed it up. He wants me to take this and do this with it. In something about my dominant hand, but I'm quasi-ambidextrous, so that's not gonna... I'm left-handed, but I'm a fake left-hander. Okay. Do I have this right? Hold on. Hold on. Wait, go back to him. Back this up a bit. So he wants you to take... Let's see. Okay, this part right here.
Are hanging down.
Okay. So he's got... Yeah, but he's got it revolved this way. Okay. Yep. Keep going.
Take the undercarriage part in your offhand, holding it like this.
Yeah.
Rotate it about 60 degrees.
Yeah.
Move the frame to approach the undercarriage, such that the 5 sliders insert into their rails.
Those are facing up. Hold on now. Hold on. let me study it carefully. I think I've got it like upside down. Okay, wait. I gotta back this up. Just a sec. Hold on. You're probably sitting there watching thinking like, I could do this, no problem. Okay, let me just rotate it the right way. He says it starts like this. Go.
Front.
Okay.
Rotate it about 120 degrees such that the 5 sliders are hanging down. Take the undercarriage part in your offhand, holding it like this.
Yeah.
Rotate it about 60 degrees.
Yeah.
Move the frame to your front.
Oh, I see. So he's got this and he's got this, and you slide it so that it goes in. Up in here. Uh-oh, a thing just fell off. Hold on, I gotta put the thing back on. I gotta remember the hand position of, I was holding this and they were all flopping out like that. Okay, fine. Let's put the thing back on. That part I know how to do. I'm like a wizard at that part. Yeah, I think that, like, going back to Voidfall, if they had put those instructions on a video, I don't think I would have had such trouble with the dials, and they wouldn't have had to issue like a all points like, whoops, we messed up, because there were dark clasps for your dials and light clasps for your dials, and people didn't clue in that some were supposed to go in a certain place and others were not. Okay, here we go. So I'm supposed to take this, and I'm supposed to take this. And this is supposed to go up in here to the point where these guys catch on there. And then that whole thing sandwiches up. Yeah, they're all in there. Okay, they're all in there, but then, hold on.
5 sliders insert into their rails.
Oh, I got this flipping thing upside down. It's like, wait a second. Hold on. This won't be hard once once you get it oriented the right way. Okay. Right. Ooh, yeah. Get it. But how's it supposed to... Oh, I see. There's a very... Yeah, I get why this is hard. There's a very narrow... Yeah, the angle has to be just right. I see what the issue is. There's a very narrow angle for getting them all in there. It's the kind of thing like you'll get like 4 out of 5 in, and then just that one is not in correctly. Okay. I'm gonna go off book a bit and put it on the table and use my other hand to guide. Okay. Whoa! But it's slipping. Oh, it's slipping. Now almost. So these two did not get in. Not only do you have to like put it on this notch right here, but you also have to get it within the rails. And that's all having it at, there we go, an oblique enough angle. You can push them back, that helps. Okay. Get in there. Ooh, but when it fits, it fits. Look, that just slid right in there. All of them are in, yes. Now, how do you slam this puppy home? Yeah, clear the cardboard on both sides. Oh yeah. Ooh, feels good. That feels good when it gets, when you bring it home. Let's see what he says. Does he says feels good?
All 10 rail features hold the sliders. Rotate the undercarriage to lie flat against the sliders. The 5 tabs of the undercarriage will insert into the corresponding slots on the sliders. Rotate the entire assembly to lie flat. The 2 short punchboard panels should be sandwiched between the frame and the undercarriage. If you're having trouble with this step, here are a couple things to keep in mind.
Yes, tell us.
First, we're trying to get this slider onto these rails, but this tab prevents a straight insertion.
Yes,
That's why we need to start by inserting the sliders at an angle.
Yes.
Then come down once this slot has cleared the tab.
Right.
This can be challenging since we need all 5 sliders to insert together,
As
and
I
we
said.
need gravity to help us form our angle.
Right.
Second, the frame and the undercarriage should each be at an angle of about 60 degrees from the tabletop. This allows the sliders to insert when hanging vertically.
No problem.
Test that the 5 sliders can slide smoothly on their rails, though their range of motion will be limited. If any slider is not moving smoothly, it could be a sign of an issue. You can always remove the undercarriage part and start again.
Okay.
You need to make a few small movements to get the undercarriage housed fully within the frame and flat against the punchboard panels.
Okay.
Take the undercarriage by its 2 back corners, lift slightly and push it towards you.
Yeah, it's in there.
You need to clear these 2 tabs at the front of the frame. Gently press down on the 2 back corners to clear the feet of the frame. You may need to bend each foot slightly. Now that the undercarriage is fully within the frame, push it towards the back of the frame.
Yeah.
Gently press down and the undercarriage should lie flat against the punchboard panels.
Yes, it do.
You will need to clear these 4 tabs of the frame.
Yes. No problem.
Take the one long and narrow punchboard panel that you removed from the character board.
Uh-huh.
Orient it such that your selected skin is facing up. If the panel has a top and a bottom orientation, orient the top to be facing you. Most of these panels don't have a clear top and bottom orientation.
It does, but I don't know which is the top and which is the bottom.
Insert the panel into the frame by rotating it underneath the feet of the frame, but above the bends of the undercarriage. Gently press towards you at the edges of the panel to ensure it is inserted fully. Take a pause for a visual check that your selected skin is appearing correctly. All printed components are now fully assembled into the player board.
Oh, I did this one backwards. Whoopsies. Okay. I'm gonna do this again. Okay. Good, looks good, it's fine. Well, you know what? There's a bit of starburst artwork that I guess I want to see. I mean, that's being really picky. I'm not really usually that fastidious. Okay, yes I am. Who are we kidding? Yes I am. This one's nice because you can kind of like get away with bending it a bit. Great, so that one's in there. Great, we're almost ready. It's almost springtime, I can feel it. Springtime for Ryan and Germany. Here we go.
The frame with your thumbs. Hold the undercarriage.
Did I just replace a certain name with my own and I shouldn't have? That was a bad decision.
It lies
Here we go.
flat against the inserted panel.
Great.
The 4 tabs of the frame will keep the undercarriage in place.
Quickly, Oberon says you want to make an insert for Arla. There's some nice ones for Revive too. That's why it's a Bits Please episode. Wait, did somebody say Bits Please? Bits Please! Sure did. Back to it.
Take 5 springs and hook them onto the sliders and undercarriage. Begin each spring with these tabs on the undercarriage. Then pull the spring towards you to hook it onto the slider. Hold each spring by its wide body. There's no need to touch the ends. Test that the 5 sliders...
Hold each spring by its wide body. There's no need to touch the ends. Same. So here's one. And I'll hook it over. And hook it. I mean, it's going to be impossible to see what I'm doing because everything's just pitch black, but that's not a problem at all. That's not difficult. Get in there. Okay, good. There's 2. Fadoink and bazounk. There's 3. And here goes number 4. Yoink. Did Chris design this himself? Like, is he an engineer? I don't know. He's a Canadian. I don't know if that makes you a good engineer, but this is pretty crazy. Ooh, there it goes. Okay. Look, they're all in there. I want to play with them in a second. Okay.
Pull each slider back and release it.
Yes. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Okay. All right. I got so excited I lost my earpiece. Oh my gosh. Oh, too much excitement. Okay, I put this back in. Okay, great. Almost done. Okay. Take us home,
Sheet of foam
Daddy.
Pads, remove
Foam
four
pads.
and stick
Right.
them onto the feet of the frame. There are a
Feet
few
of the
extra
frame.
pads on the sheet in case you make a mistake.
Oh, those. Okay, yeah, no problem.
This mechanical player board is now complete. Repeat this process to assemble all 5 of the player boards in your copy.
Okay, wait, but I didn't.
Hello.
No, hello. I just restarted. Okay, well, I didn't put the foam feet on, but as soon as I do, we are donezo. There's a foam foot number 1. This is the most riveting part of this video. Not like the rest hasn't been absolutely enthralling. Right, foam foot number 2. Hoi, hoi, hoi. Foam foot number 3. Doink, 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 doink. And finally, foam foot number 4, so you don't scratch up your table like a certain child of mine did with the fork at age 4.5. All right, and now, Shazoom, Shazamablam, the finished, oh, it goes this way, the finished player board, doink. And then, like, what's the gameplay point of it all, really, you ask? There super isn't one. It's pretty funny. You're dropping, you know, go check the video. You're dropping acrylic, these things. I didn't say much about these, but these are the main components of the game. You're dropping these acrylic tiles through a hole in your board and they shoot up into like a corral. Can you do that with cardboard? No. But is it important to do that? No. Is it just something to goof around with while you're at the table? Yes. Does it set An Age Contrived completely apart from other board games because it's got something that I've never seen before? Yes. Is it a necessary thing? No. Do you want to just, do you got money just to spend on stuff just to make your life exciting and more interesting? Maybe. And if you do, then maybe this is coming to you and this is what you've got planned for an upcoming Sunday or day off or family day. If you're like me and you live in Ontario, then you'll have to wait till next year for next family day. So that's how I spent my time. So I got 4 more of those to build. I'm happy that I got one together successfully. The rest I don't think will be too difficult at all. And that process wasn't bad. The video wasn't that bad at all. I appreciate that it was a video. I think you did a good job. What else can I say? An Age Contrived. We didn't get to the other 4 games. We've got this massive pile of games over here in the corner. But you know what? I've got everything set up to stream. I will finish this. I'll get it all put back together in the box. And then we'll join each other again soon for another one. Anything else to say before we go? No, that's what she said. All right, well, that'll be the end of that. You know what? I don't even have a button to stop streaming. So I got to find my mouse in all this mess somewhere. Here we go. Great. Thank you so much. This is Ryan signing off. Thank you so much for joining us. You'll see this one on YouTube as a pre-recorded thing. And thank you for hitting live, everybody. Good night.
2 days later.
Hey, hello. Here we go. It's Monday at 7:45. You know, prime time for for streaming. If you want to come have people watch what you're doing. I'm Ryan from Nights Around a Table. And when last we left off, there was a massive pile of boxes just mounting that I needed to get through. I needed to open a bunch of board games. And so I set aside time last week to stream and start opening board games. And where are we now? There's the exact same pile of board games, and I've actually added a few to the old heap. We got through about 30% of one board game last time, but I just wanted to follow up. So this was the board game. Hey, Omelette, thank you for joining. Omelette thinks that he's joking by using the depantsing command. I am on the Discord server right now. I'm working on a chatbot to do very cool things during the live stream, and he thinks he's playing around, but he's not, because I'm crazy. I'll do it. I'll make that command. Mark my words. Got all sorts of really fun stuff in the works. Back to this. So what I was doing was I was using the designer's video, as you saw last time, to put these insane boards together for this game. Why do I say insane? Well, let me show you. I'll open up the box. They're insane because they are made out of, wait for it. By the way, in case you missed it, no pants forever, right? It's my customized, monogrammed Founders Edition box. Love it. As far as box organization goes, these are a little bit annoying. These are little corrals. I'll show you how they work. But it doesn't seem to be, like, there's no great place to stick them. The side, this is one of the things that I really like. The reason I'm coming back to this and not opening something new right away is because I just wanted to show you a couple of really nice things. This is a very, very nice production. And if I backed this on Kickstarter, I didn't. They're a sponsor. They sent me a copy of making a second video with updated components. If I were a backer though, I'd be very happy to receive this. This is one really nice thing I had to show you. You know how some boxes have the insert printed on a separate piece of paper? This one has it on the side of the box. Look at that. It's beautiful. You'll never lose it. You don't have to fish it out. Love it. However, there's no great place for these things. That's not awesome. But look. So there's a mix of sun and cloud in this box. Some stuff I'm really impressed with. Like the board is gorgeous. I wonder if I can get a spot of it. There's oh yeah, up here. If I can just tilt it in the light here. Welcome. I gotta make this chat bigger because I can't see your username. Rulosome. Rulosome. Welcome, Rulosome. But check this out, Rulosome. When I tilt this it's not working, eh? This is a spot treatment, is all I'm trying to say. So they've done a spot treatment on certain fancy areas on the board, and they're kind of like glint and glow in the light. That's really, really nice. These boards, though, the highlight or the low light, depending on where you're coming from, because they're bonkers. They're made out of metal. They're mechanical. And you saw me put one of them together last time. They're spring-loaded in the back, and you put them down there, and you pull down, and you let it rip. What is the point? That's a little spurious, but I'll put these together, and I'll show you what's going on with these. So you take these corrals. Say that you are the proud owner of this copy, or one of the copies with mechanical boards, because I think there's another tier that had them. And you put this little corral here together. Why is that? Well, you'll see shortly. I guess they didn't want lawsuits or something like that. And let me just see where the hooks are. I forget. I don't know. You gotta do. No. Let me think. Am I doing this wrong? Oh yeah. Here. I think I am. No, I can't go like that. I've totally botched how to do it. I used to. Oh yeah. There it is. There's a notch. Right. So you do that, and you get a little corral going, and then I'll go back. I'll put that out of the way. I'll show you what else is in the box here. All right. Where do you join us from, Rulosome? I don't recognize your username, but I'm very happy that you're here. Check this out. Here's a player board, a player components, very lovely. So you get these little acrylic components. By the way, these are super nice. I didn't give them props when I first took them out of the box, but man, oh man, these are, like enamel pins. They've kind of done that. Like they're metal. Are they metal? No, they are not ceramic. Why is it escaping me? Enamel. Whatever that is. It's those things, and they look really, really nice in person. All your cards are in there. So you take these things, and the game involves, you'll have to watch my video, but the game involves, essentially, if you've ever played something like Otis has the underwater salvage diving game. Otis has sort of a similar thing going on, where you have I should grab them. You have a river of tiles like this, and they slot in like so. And they go across, and the ones that you get off the beginning, it's a little bit of a, man, there's a lot of mechanics in this game. It's a deck builder sort of thing, so this is sort of like your deck, these tiles, and you can get better ones, you can upgrade them, and then there's powers and abilities that go across the top, and you can upgrade those, and there's powers and abilities that go across the bottom, you can upgrade those, but essentially you're taking these things, and through actions that you take, you are laying them into these slots, and then you're putting them out on the board to do other things. I know I'm being deliberately vague, but there is a video. I'm not going to rehash that. But basically, to launch them, if you're a dirty, poor hobo, a rail riding vagabond with not a penny to your name, except this board game, in order to get these things on the board, you'd have to pick them up with your unwholesome, foul fingers and put them on the game board. And that's just embarrassing. If you own the Founders Edition or another copy of this game that has the mechanical boards, here's how it goes. They're in here, and you pull back, and it drops through a little hole, and you go, whoop-shoosh, and it gets flung out into that corral. Whereupon you then take your filthy, filthy hobo figures and pick it up and put it on the main board. That's the function of the mechanical boards. Hilarious. But, I mean, you think like, oh, why that's done? Why would I ever? Why would I ever? Let me just show you something. Okay. Chris is going to hate this video. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm allowed to have a little fun, aren't I? All right, so let me take this apart. If you have an edition, or this particular edition with the mechanical boards, you might find as you're going through the box, you're like, well, what the heck are these things? These look like this thing. Well, what these are what you have when you don't have the mechanical boards. You just have these flat cardboard bits. Here, let me grab one for the character I'm using here. So you can throw these out. Essentially, they come with extra tokens and extra boards. You don't need them because you have these nutty things. Let me slide these out. By the way, you're kind of conveyor belting these, and a couple of them hang out here, and you're slotting them in so that they get better. And if you match a symbol with something at the top, stuff happens. There's lots of stuff going on in this game. It's definitely heavy, and I've told my friends too that it reminds me the most of. If you're wondering what An Age Contrived is like. And again, the designer might hate me saying this, but if you liked Astra by Mind Clash, the constellation game where you're all competing to complete constellations, if you like that game, this is that with this is the heavy Euro version of that, because you're competing to complete these monuments, and you're putting, essentially, you're not connecting the dots, but you're filling in gaps, and the last person to fill in the last gap gets to build the thing. Just like in Astra, the last person to connect the last dot gets to complete the thing and get a perk. And then everybody who contributed to the construction of the thing, who has one of their pieces on it, gets to get a perk as well. So it reminds me of Astra very much. Cheers. UK, and late, about to finish work. Oh, where's work, Rulosum? Let us know. We like to pry here at Nights Around the Table. Right, so if you are unfortunate, if you are a British orphan, Oliver style, and you're fed gruel daily in the factory, and you own this board game, this is the player board that you have. It's just a piece of cardboard. These pop out, other things go in there, and you're just moving these things along like this. You just have to go like this and like that, like conveyor belt. And then when you launch the pieces that are in there, you actually have to pick them up laboriously, and they're a little bit heavy, so you got to use upper arm strength. You got to pick them up, and you got to put them on the board. Please give generously, because nobody should have to endure a fate like that. I'm going to put this all away. I just wanted to show you, in case you're wondering about putting these things together, they took me about, the second one took me about 15 minutes to put together, and then I got a little bit faster with each one I did. But I have to warn you, if you have an individual in your house who's putting this together who is, how do I put it, who is developmentally delayed, or a victim of Alzheimer's, or who just isn't very bright. And I'm not saying that's me. But if you have somebody who's put it together incorrectly, and you do the really complicated thing that you saw me do, and you snap them together, and this part is down here and this part is up here, first of all, God help you, because it's difficult to undo that error. And I actually suggested to the designer that he modify his video just in case you have that type of person around. I'm not saying it happened to me. I'm not suggesting that I did it. I'm just saying if that ever happened to you or someone you love, it's a hard time getting these things apart. So I suggested that in his video he account for that, so that it's neurospicy is a good way to put it, Rodrigo. If you have somebody who's neurospicy and has difficulty with executive function and following directions, once again, I ain't saying that's me. But if that ever happened to you, then you might appreciate part of the video showing you how to prise these apart. As Chris said, the answer is slowly and carefully, and it involves depressing certain parts of these, so like a hook kind of, not a hook really, but a little bit undoes. Anyway, it was challenging, I heard, from the person who had to do it, who wasn't me. So be careful and don't wreck your boards. I fear for the designer a little bit of this, because I know, like, I don't know, give people like really simple instructions and they'll manage to mess it up no matter what. So I just can't imagine the number of calls he's going to have to field from people messing this up. Anyway, isn't this pretty? Look at how nice this turned out. All these player boxes like this, and you're supposed to put all of the, remember this is the one with the magnetic stands that pop through the board. I'm putting both of these parts of this unboxing together on YouTube, so people who are watching it just like 5 minutes ago, they're like, why'd you remind me? It's because this is a week apart for me, and I'm stitching them together. all of your metal stands go in here, but they kind of like go in like a big old junkyard pile. There's apparently a rhyme or reason to putting them in nicely, which I'd love to know. And then all of your magnetic pieces go here. If you have the special add-on tree, it kind of bulks the size of this a little bit and things don't fit as nicely in there. And then if I'm gonna nitpick, hey Rothgar72, welcome. What are we opening today? This is we're closing An Age Contrived, and then I'm gonna let you guys pick the next thing that we're opening. So we're almost done with this one. I just wanted to say that they pulled a little bit of an Eagle Griffin, which Oberon will know what I'm talking about. What I mean is that everything fits beautifully. I don't know about this. Apparently there's a way to make this fit nicely. It's hard to tell because it's all black. And I even had that problem I mentioned to the designer on the side of the box right here where it shows, oh, put those dark stands. I can't even tell. They just look like they're just all thrown in there. So it's a little bit hard to make out. But anyway, everything fits nicely. 90% of it, and then you get this. This is just like, what do we do with all the little bit? I don't know, just throw them in a bag. Throw them in a bag and shut up. Right, so Eagle Griffin does this all the time. 90% of the box goes away really nicely, and then they got just this little baggie of trash. This is not trash. You need this for the game. These are important tokens, but little baggie of tokens, and you just, I don't know, just stick it in there. Don't bother me. My work day is over. I'm finished. I'm going home. So I can definitely see people of the 3D printing persuasion designing something for the rest of us to print out and deal with that little baggie, because if you have everything else looking so pristine and beautiful, you're not going to like that one bit. All right, let's put it all away. What do you guys think? Are you sad that am I making you jealous yet? Are you sad that you don't have it? Or is this one that you are happy to pass on? Let me know in chat. Coolio, says Rothgar. The miscellaneous bin, for sure. So many games have it too, but Eagle Griffin is a frequent offender just because their productions are so nice. And we actually have, if you want to open it, we have an Eagle Griffin game over here in the hopper and the big old pile of games to open. The new one by Lacerda called Inventions. So if you'd like to see that, we can definitely, at your behest, crack it open. But it's just the fact that they get so close with every single game, and they do it with every single one. Kanban EV, it's the same thing. Like, everything's beautiful except this one little pocket of stuff that you just kind of like throw in there. What else? On Mars was the same way. Everything I've ever, friggin' thing, Rococo is the same way. Anyway. Boop, boop, boop. So yeah, these, maybe there's a nicer way to stick these in here, but the box implies you're just supposed to sort of like, it has them going on the side somewhere. I don't know. I don't have time for that. I'm just sticking them right here. Dude. The other thing I found is that the stuff, I couldn't super duper fit this stuff in the expansion, but maybe that's because I'm not crafty and creative. There's not a lot in the expansion. There's, this is, by the way, the tree that I said kind of bloats the box size. And then you've got a couple of like rules changes, and you've got one extra thing that you can build. Both magnetic and non-magnetic versions of it are in here. And then a big old score card. So this is if you're playing multiple games of An Age Contrived, you can track all your progress. So it's not quite a campaign, but it's, if you're playing it multiple times, there's one place to keep your score. I never write on stuff like that. If I were going to use it, I would photocopy it, just because I'm weird about, you know, I don't know why. I convinced myself, like, resell value, I don't know, but I never resell games, so I don't, or rarely do, so I don't know what my problem is. Nobody's going to want to buy a copy of this game that says no pants forever inside the box anyway, so well, I'm deluding myself.
Did you just watch that whole thing? Oh, hey, to 100% this video, click the badge to subscribe, and then click the bell to get notifications when I've got new stuff.